Hi. Personal log number 2. Yourself, or myself. One of the reasons people give up in their goals, in their transitions, is because they lack self-confidence. Is they don't see themselves as who they are. They yield themselves towards other people. People are always going to talk about you. They're always going to talk about you to your face. They're always going to criticize you to your face. And they're always going to talk behind your back. And they're always going to criticize you behind your back. So give up. Don't give in to them. What they're doing is trying to keep you down. You ever notice that when people try to do something, they always point out their failures? Thomas Edison was criticized 1,000 times, but he was praised 10,000 times more than he was criticized. So give up on those self-defeating behaviors. For me, my transition from one gender to the other has been involved by listening to other people's. I was laughed at, I was mocked at, but I gave that thing up now. I am going to be who I am, what I want to be. That is the important thing of reaching a goal, is to improve yourself over yesterday. What do you want to do today that will improve yourself tomorrow? Most people, when they graduate from high school, get the first job that they can get. And they think that's their job for life. If they're lucky, they get in the factory. And that for the next 50 or 60 years, that's all they will ever do. When they work in a fast food restaurant, they realize at some point, 2, 3 years down the road, that they cannot live on minimum wage. They can't live on part-time schedule. So they would look for another job. Instead of improving or developing their skills, they just find another one that is close to what they currently have. Thus, they have not improved themselves. I have met people who went from nothing to everything. Oprah Winfrey is one. Bill Gates is another one. Steve Jobs is another one. Those are recent people in the United States. What about you? What are you doing to improve yourself? Take time today to improve yourself 1% over yesterday. That's what I'm doing with myself. I am taking time to practice my voice, practice how I sit, practice how I walk. I am improving myself by reading one book each week. And my choice of books for this week are written by Brian Tracy. If you go to his site, by signing up for his newsletter, he offers you 3 books. These books are like $19 a piece. So that's $60, and you're getting them for nothing. Listen to Oprah Winfrey. She has Susie Orman's books for nothing. That's another $20. Look, get websites, and they will give you ebooks, or give you clips of ebooks. That will save you a lot of money on your transition. Go to these places. Read. Improve yourself. Develop your skills. Do you realize that if you improve your skills 1% over yesterday, you become a master? It's not 1% improvement each day that yields 365%. 1% compounded daily is 1,448,000%. Now think of what you can do or be in 1 year. For instance, we talk about sales. Every person's a salesman because every person's the CEO of their company. No company came to you and knocked on your door and offered you a job, did they? You have to sell yourself. You have to be your best. And by reading sales books, you will be your best. And in 3 years, you become a master of whatever you study. and people will write your own ticket. Holly Gilbert loved the stars. She wants to excuse me. She wants to reach for the stars, and she studies stars. Now she has a PhD. It took me over 20 years to get the degrees that I have, and I still am doing it. I am making a to-do list each day of the 10 things that I have to do, and I decide to place a letter A next to the things that must be done and have to be done, a letter B, that things that must be done that are not urgent, and C, the things that I would like to do if I have time to do it. I use these as a guide, and I hope you will too. Take your time and decide on who you want to be. Pretend yourself as an umbrella that criticism, back talk is going to fall away from you, because you're always going to have people criticizing you on what you do. That's what happened to me in my life. I gave up. I surrendered myself to other people. They dragged me down, but I changed. I am building myself up. If they cannot come with me, then I'm going to leave them behind, because my dreams and my desires are a lot more important than sitting next to them whining and complaining. Oh, why am I unemployed? Why am I making no wages? Or why do I have to struggle to pay the bills? I will be paying the bills. I will be making the money, so I won't have to whine. I can snap my fingers like the rich people do, and things will happen. I do not have to whine and complain. I do not have to be led around on a leash. I am going to take action, and I am taking action. That's who I am. I have made a transition from my earlier videos, which you have seen, to this video. You've seen the transformation I'm making, and I'm making these transitions with no money, no job, and I have a dream. I'm setting goals each day of filling out applications and applying for it. I am making transitions by practicing on my voice. I am making transition on the way I walk and talk. And I am working on my body, because I start my transition at 284 pounds. Now I'm down to 270 pounds. And that is only in 8 weeks. So I lost 14 pounds. My goal for this year, 2009, to go from weighing 284 pounds to weighing 184 pounds. If you don't believe I can do it, turn in the NBC program, The Biggest Loser, and watch it. Recently they had a gentleman that lost 100 pounds in 16 weeks. He worked out 4 hours a day. I'm working out 20 minutes a day, and I'm going for the whole year. Decide what you want and go after it. Don't go after it and try to build a city in one day, because Rome wasn't built in one day. Your life is not built in one day. But 1% improvement can go a long way of increasing your ability. This is my blog, and stay with me on future blogs, because you're going to see some transitions that may be pleasing, because I am taking you from being a total male, 100% male with all his features, into being 100% woman.